Next week is the final week of the League One season, and with just a few games to go, let's have a little look at the League One promotion race. Which teams look poised to make the automatic promotion places, and which teams are going to have to battle it out in the League One playoffs. Before we get into this video, guys, and before we go through all of the teams in the current top 7 in League One, do make sure to get your opinions and predictions down in the comments, and do make sure, of course, to hit that like button. We'll go for 225 likes on this video, and if you haven't already subscribed, do hit the subscribe button for more League One content. Let's have a little look at things then, guys. Just looking at that table, you can see Portsmouth and Wycombe can no longer make that top 6. So it's going to be between Bolton, Derby and Peterborough for the final 2 playoff places. And then as for the top 2, that's still open between these 4 teams at the time of recording this video. Let's go through it team by team, starting at the top with Plymouth Argyle. Plymouth Argyle are in such a strong position, and I cannot see them not doing it now. They have got a game in hand on Sheffield Wednesday, which they do play out tonight at home to Bristol Rovers, and then they're at home to Bolton, and then they're away to Port Vale. 2 wins will do it for Plymouth Argyle, although 1 win could be enough because Sheffield Wednesday are required to pick up maximum points and their games are more difficult than Plymouth Argyle's. Plymouth come into this with 15 points from their last 6 at the time recording this. Their goal difference isn't the best, so if it does come down to teams being level on points, that won't be great for Plymouth, but it's in their hands. They could still get up to 101 points. I think they're going to win 2 of these final 3. I do think Plymouth Argyle are going to get over the line. I do like these 2 home games. I think they could have it wrapped up before the final day. Next up then, you've got Ipswich Town, who currently occupy 2nd place, and Ipswich are in fantastic form. It's 16 points from their last 6 games, although their brilliant form does stretch back a long way further back than that. Look at their goal difference as well, plus 57. So if it does come down to teams being level on points, Ipswich are sure to be on the higher side of it. Looking at the fixtures as well, like I say, it's a massive game tonight against Barnsley. I think they just need to not lose that one. If they win it, it means they could win promotion against Exeter City at the weekend. So long as they don't lose the Barnsley game though, and Barnsley don't make up any ground, I do think that's a bit of a victory for Ipswich. But they will be fancying their chances, the form they're in. Like I say, they just need to pick off 2 wins out of 3, and that's if Sheffield Wednesday were to win their final 2. So I do think Ipswich Town are in a strong position to get over the line. Look at their goal difference, look at their form. If you look at these fixtures, you've got to say the way Ipswich are going, they've got to fancy their chances, and at least 2 of them, they might even go for 3 wins out of 3 and still get up to 100 points. So Ipswich are in a strong position. They need to manage this Barnsley game first, a defeat in that one, and things open up a little bit going into the final 2. Next up, you've got Sheffield Wednesday. Now, Sheffield Wednesday occupy 3rd place in the division at this moment in time. They'll be hoping that Barnsley do them a favour and stop Ipswich winning tonight. They'll also be hoping Plymouth Argyle drop points to Bristol Rovers. Sheffield Wednesday still sit in a strong position and still have an upside of 96 points. There's no question about it. Sheffield Wednesday do need to get 2 wins from their final 2. Obviously, it's not in their hands, and it's such a shame after the brilliant season they've had that they faltered at the wrong time. But it's not over yet. I do fancy them to get at least 1 win out of these 2. I don't think it's impossible that they could win 2 out of 2. Their form has improved a little bit in the last couple of games. They've picked up 11 points from their last 6, which is just under 2 points per game. I don't think 3 or 4 points would be enough. So as I say, Sheffield Wednesday just have to hope that a few favours are done in these games in hand. They need to win the Shrewsbury game, and I think the best they can hope for is it's still up for grabs going into that final day. In 4th place, you've got Barnsley. Now, Barnsley come into this 6 points off that top 2 with an inferior goal difference to Ipswich, so it's no doubt about it. They have to win this Ipswich game to keep any hopes of the top 2 alive, but even then, it doesn't look likely. Barnsley have to go and win 3 out of 3, but even then, I don't know if 94 points will be enough. 1 more win for Plymouth and Barnsley can't catch Plymouth, so it does look unlikely. Not impossible though. Barnsley have picked up 13 points in their last 6, which is just over 2 points per game. It's just about winning 3 out of 3 here. They've got to take it game by game, but they need to get a win against Ipswich to keep it interesting. So then, as we move down into 5th place, this is the battle for the top 6. You've got Bolton Wanderers, who do sit in the strongest position out of these 3 teams trying to battle for those last 2 playoff places. They have the game in hand and they have the more favourable fixtures. We'll have a look at Derby's and Peterborough's in a minute, but Bolton have Accrington and Fleetwood at home. If Bolton win their next 2 games, they will have crossed the line before the final day. It's also possible that 1 win could be enough, looking at the way that Derby and Peterborough's fixtures line up, and with Bolton having a quite strong goal difference now, I do think Bolton Wanderers are going to get over the line here. 2 wins will do it. 1 win could be enough here. The only thing that would stop Bolton getting in the top 6 if they only picked up 1 win is for Derby and Peterborough to both win their final two. Let's come on to Derby County, who have 2 games left. Portsmouth at home, they've got to fancy their chances in that one now that Portsmouth haven't got anything to play for. They've really got to win that one and keep it in their hands going into that final game away at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday might want some revenge on Derby County for that final day in the Championship 2 years ago, where Derby did relegate Sheffield Wednesday and save their own skins. I think 4 points could be enough here for Derby to mathematically ensure it. Derby probably do need to win 2 out of 2 here, but I do think if they beat Portsmouth at home in this game on Saturday, I think that might just be enough. If it gets them to 78 points, I said 79 would be enough this season. They might just need to go and get a point at Sheffield Wednesday, and that might just help them cross the line. Derby are in a strong position. They've just jumped into the top 6 at the right time. The final team are Peterborough United. Now, Peterborough United's form had been brilliant, but they've only picked up 10 points in their last 6, which is the worst form out of any of the teams in the current top 7. They still have a strong chance here. They need to beat Bristol Rovers at home to take it to the final day. It could be enough to get them into the top 6 if Bolton or Derby drop points this week, but then it is a difficult assignment on the final day going away to Barnsley, who could still be within a chance of making that top 2. Peterborough United might hope that Barnsley have nothing to play for and might be resting players, and therefore Peterborough might be able to pick up 3 points. No doubt about it though, in my opinion, Peterborough probably do need to go and win 2 out of 2 here. I'd be very surprised if Peterborough United finish in the top 6 with just 1 win out of these 2. They are going to have to rely on points being dropped by Bolton and Derby in the final 2 weeks. It's not impossible. I do think, as I say, 79 points would be enough, and it could be really close with the goal difference if Peterborough United can grind out a good win against Bristol Rovers and match Derby Counties going into the final day. It could be really close here. Who knows how it's going to play out. So then guys, that is the position each team is in this League One promotion battle here. I won't give a prediction because it does change every week, but I'll give my hunch. I wouldn't be surprised if Plymouth and Ipswich do get over the line. They're just in strong positions right now, especially with their form. Sheffield Wednesday still have a chance. It'd be nice to see Sheffield Wednesday get back to the Championship, but at this moment in time it looks like it might have to be through the playoffs, but they'll just be hoping to take it to the final day. Barnsley, I would be surprised if they make the top 2. I do think they're going to be slotting in 4th place come the final day. And then as for the playoff race, I do think Bolton are going to get over the line with their game in hand and the fact that they're currently in 5th place. Derby and Peterborough both have difficult final days. If Derby and Peterborough are level on points going into that final day, it could be really, really close. I might slightly lean towards Derby County at this moment in time just because of the 2 points they've got over Peterborough. But if Derby only get a draw against Portsmouth, I might lean towards Peterborough if they get the win against Bristol Rovers. With all that said then guys, do get your predictions down below. As I say, it's tantalisingly close. It's going to be really interesting to see which of these teams do get up to the Championship next year. Do make sure, of course, to hit that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, do hit the subscribe button for more League One content. We'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.